The book of 2 Ezra chapter 15 and verse 20. Behold, saith God Yahweh, I will call together all the kings of the earth to reverence me, which are from the rising of the sun, from the south, from the east, and from Lebanon, to turn themselves one against another, and repay the things that they have done to them, like as they do yet this day unto my chosen. So will I do also, and recompense in their bosom. Thus saith the Lord God, Yahweh Shema Shai, my right hand shall not spare the sinners, my sword shall not cease over them that shed innocent blood upon the earth. The fire is gone forth from his wrath, and has consumed the foundations of the earth, and the sinners, like the straw that is kindled. Woe to them that sin and keep not my commandments, saith the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai. I will not spare them. Go your way, ye children, from the power, defile not my sanctuary. For the Lord Yahweh by Shema Shai knoweth all them that sin against him, and therefore delivereth he them unto death and destruction. For now are the plagues come upon the whole earth, and ye shall remain in them. For God Yahweh shall not deliver you, because ye have sinned against him. All praises to Yahweh, by Shema Shai, Bahara Kadash, and honor to the elders and the apostles of the great millstone. Shalom to the hopeful elect, the seeking the vida elect in the nation of Israel. They're scattered abroad amongst the heathen, some look like the heathen. They get up to 144,000. Preacher, teachers, and prophet Shalom. And this is the time of the wrath and the judgment of Yahweh Shema Shai. Alright? He's causing this war, this regional war back east. It's escalating more and more. And we already in World War III. It's just escalating. Alright? And soon it's going to come over here to America. Alright, by way of nuclear missiles. Alright, 2 Ezra chapter 15 and 41. Fire and hail, flying swords, and many waters, the nations, that all fields may be full, and all rivers with the abundance of great waters. And they shall break down the cities and walls and mountains and hills, trees of the woods and grass of the meadows, and their corn, and they shall go steadfastly unto Babylon, America, and make her afraid. You see? So, while things are escalating back east, and once it turns nuclear, it's going to come over here to the west. Alright? But as we read up, it's a time of judgment. So with that being said, what's going on back east, you got to know and understand what's going to happen over here in the west, which we always bring out. So let's just get it. It says, 2 Ezra 15 and 49, I will send plagues upon thee, widowhood, poverty, famine, sword, and pestilence, to waste thy houses with destruction and death. And the glory of thy power shall be dried up as a flower, the heat shall rise that is sent over thee. Thou shalt be weakened as a poor woman with stripes, and as one chastised with wounds, so that the mighty and loving shall not be able to receive thee. And that's an economic collapse, man. Alright, that's all hell breaking news. That's an economic collapse over here in the west, while the east, you know, this regional war is escalating to World War III, or should I say, to further World War III, to the point where all nations are going to get involved. So what's going to happen, what's happening, and what's going to continue to happen is the economic collapse. So I typed in, what would be the result of an economic collapse? An economic collapse results in a sudden, meaning with the quickness, catastrophic breakdown of commerce, leading to skyrocketing unemployment, bank closures, severe shortage of basic necessities, and potential hyperinflation. No, it's not a potential hyperinflation. It's going to be hyperinflation. It forces a shift toward localized survival as traditional supply chains, credit markets, and fiat currencies lose functional value. You see? So this is we're to these points. It's to get to the point where everything is just shut down. Power gonna go out, and I don't need to reiterate what was already said. This is what the economic collapse looks like, or that's what it's going to be. The cascading effects of a total economic meltdown manifest across several interconnected areas: financial devastation, supply chain and utility failures. You see? Hey, let's read that. Financial devastation. Markets crash and credit freezes completely. Banks may close to prevent runs. No, they're going to close. And citizens lose access to their savings and investments. If confidence in the national currency plummets, it can trigger hyperinflation. It's going to trigger hyperinflation, rendering money practically worthless. Ezekiel 7. And let's start at verse. You know, I want to get this in NLT. So while things are escalating back east, this is what's happening over here. But Trump and the Trump administration is trying to paint everything like it's normal, everything is good. Alright? No, it's not good, man. It's not good. Ezekiel 7 and let's start up. Ezekiel 7 and my fault, y'all. My energy level, I'm tired. Ezekiel 7 and 6. Let's start at 5. That's it in NLT. This is what the sovereign Lord Yahweh Shemashah says: disaster after disaster is coming your way. The end has come. It has finally arrived. Your final doom is waiting. O people of Israel, the day of your destruction is dawning. Now this happened in the past, but it's happening again over here in America. But listen to what it's going to say. It says, the time has come, the day of trouble is near. Shouts of anguish will be heard on the mountains, not shouts of joy. Soon I will pour out my fury on you and unleash my anger against you. I will call you to account for all your detestable sins. I will turn my eyes away and show no pity. I will repay you for all your detestable sins. And this is what Yahweh Shema Shai is going to do to these Babylonian citizens, man. That includes 2/3 of Israel. It says, I will repay you for all your detestable sins. Then you will know that it is I, the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai, who will strike in a blow. Prophecy. Just like we read in 2 Esdras 15, starting off. The day of judgment is here. Your destruction awaits. The people's wickedness and pride has blossomed to full flower. Their violence has grown into a rod that will beat them for their wickedness. None of these proud and wicked people will survive. All their wealth and prestige will be swept away. Yes, the time has come. The day is here. Buyers should not rejoice over bargains, nor sellers grieve over losses. For all of them will fall under my terrible anger. That's an economic collapse. Even if the merchants survive, they will never return to their business. What God Yahweh has said applies to everyone. It will not be changed. Not one person whose life is twisted by sin will ever recover. This is the end. You see, it says the desolation of Israel. But hey, America, the trumpet calls Israel's army to mobilize. I don't like the way verse 14 reads in the NLT. KJV verse 14, then we'll jump back to 15. They have blown the trumpet, who the prophets, even to make all ready, but none go up to the battle, for my wrath is upon all the multitude thereof. So only the elected Israel is taking heed. 2/3 don't want to take heed, and this salvation, this gospel is not for you heathen. The salvation portion of it. The only portion that's for you heathen is death and destruction. The sword, it says, the sword is without, and pestilence and the famine within. He that is in the field shall die with the sword, and he that is in the city, famine and pestilence shall devour him. But they that escape of them shall escape. and shall be on the mountains like doves of the valleys, all of them mourning, every one for his iniquity. All hands shall be feeble, all knees shall be weak as water. They shall also gird themselves with sackcloth, and horror shall cover them, and shame shall be upon all faces, and baldness upon all their heads. They shall cast their silver in the streets, and their gold shall be removed. Their silver and their gold shall not be able to deliver them in the day of the wrath of the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai. They shall not satisfy their souls, neither fill their bowels, because it is the stumbling block of their iniquity. You see? That's an economic collapse. Alright? That's an economic collapse. As we read in 2 Esdras 15, I will send plagues upon thee, poverty, widowhood, famine, and sword, to waste thy houses with destruction and death. You see? That's that financial devastation. Hey, that's that. Hey, number 2, supply chain and utility failures. See, the power is going to go out, man. Normal trade halts, leading to severe shortages of essentials like food, medicine, and fuel. Widespread utility disruptions, such as rolling blackouts or loss of water pressure, can follow as maintenance and logistics networks collapse. You see? You see? We get these scriptures all the time, but we're going to get them again. 2 Esdras 6, going to the supply chain collapse and the power going out. Alright? It says, 2 Esdras 6 and 22, and suddenly shall the sown places appear in song, and the full storehouse shall suddenly be found empty. That's your stores, your banks, gas stations, and the trumpet shall give a sign which when every man hear, they shall be suddenly afraid. That's the reports. At that time shall friends fight against one another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. I mean, everybody will be terrified. The springs of the fountain shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run. Power outages, man. No water. Things not going to move. Stores most definitely cannot run with no water. You see? It says social and societal collapse. See, friends shall fight against one another like enemies. Mass layoffs and business bankruptcies triggered widespread poverty and desperation as local resources run dry and public infrastructure fails. It is frequently accompanied by an increase in crime rate, civil unrest, and a breakdown in law and order. Hey, friends shall fight against one another like enemies, right? I think it's 2 Esdras 5. Yeah, the White House Shah. This is societal collapse. People losing their minds. 2 Esdras 5 and 9, and salt water shall be found in the sweet. That's deception. And all friends shall destroy one another. Then shall wit hide itself, and understanding withdraw itself into a secret chamber. You see? It's not going to be any civilization, man. People not going to be able to think. They're just going to be crime. They're going to have a crime-infested mind, man. All right? By any means necessary. It's going to be the motto. And shall be sought of many. What shall be sought of many? Understanding, wisdom, answers. And shall be sought of many, and yet not be found. Then shall unrighteousness and incontinency be multiplied upon the earth. You see, the inability to control oneself. People losing their minds. One land also shall ask another, and say, is righteousness that maketh a man righteous gone through thee? And it shall say, no. That's what the people going to be saying. And it says the land's talking about the people. So it's not going to be any righteousness going on. There's going to be nothing but major corruption and death. It says, at the same time shall men hope, but nothing obtain. They shall labor, but their way shall not prosper. So it's not going to get any better, man. Alright? It's only going to get worse. 2 Esdras 15 and 15. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. So you see each one of these prophecies saying the same thing, but one is giving you the breakdown of the supply chain. One is giving you the mindset of 2 Esdras 6 is giving you the breakdown of the supply chain, the power's going out. Second Esdras 5 is giving you the perspective of societal collapse and people losing their minds. Alright? And this one right here, Second Esdras 15, is going to people fighting against each other, civil war, and fighting against the government, man. Alright? And why they're going to be fighting against the government and each other. For there shall be sedition among men, verse 15, for the sword and destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another with swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard the kings nor princes, and the course of their action shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Hey, it's gonna be so crime infested. You're not gonna. It's gonna be a war zone, and also troops can be out eventually. All right, to restore order, so you're not gonna be able to move like you want to. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled. You see, the house shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy the house with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread for great tribulation. You see, and this is what everyone is going to have to go through as you read verse 20 on down to verse 27, as we read, starting off. People going to die in famine, man. The preppers, you read further down in this chapter, it ain't no escaping. Hey, you go into 2nd to 16th chapter, it goes more in depth into what's going to be going on. All right, how everything is just going to be collapsed or ran down. You know, people, you know, man, hey, barter trade system, people kidnapping, raping. All right, raping men, women, and children. You see, all this stuff is going to play out, man. All right, this is what the economic collapse is. This is what it looks like, and this is what's going to happen. It says governmental and systemic reset. Woo, that's the great reset. National governments often implement extreme measures to regain control. You see? New World Order, such as capital controls, the rationing of food and fuel. It says, and when they do this governmental and systemic reset, that's the New World Order. That's when this digital system going to be in place. And they're going to tell you got to take the mark of the beast so you can buy and sell. It says, or entirely revaluing, replacing the national currency with a digital currency, the MOTB. In extreme scenarios, it can lead to the overthrow or collapse of the ruling government. Revelation 13 and 15. And he had power to give life to the image of the beast. Esau got this power, man, beginning with the elites, to give life to the image of the beast, this new world order that they're about to bring forth. This is the solution to the problem. This is the order out of the chaos. That's what the troops for. Alright? It says, and the image to enforce it, and the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as will not worship the image of the beast should be killed. So during this time, they're also going to be rounding people up, killing them on sight, mainly as Israelites, and those who don't comply with this beast system. Alright, they're going to round people up, and they're going to separate, kill them, put them in prison, behead them, things of that nature. And those that do get locked up, only way they can get out is by way of them taking the mark of the beast. Alright, and those who they don't catch are going to be exiled from society. Alright, now this is when they start things back up. Alright, with these 15-minute cities. It's not for everybody, man. It's for those that comply. It says, see, with this mark of the beast, these are those that's going to be able to get those resources. That's going to be rational to them based upon a universal basic income and a social credit score. And he caused all, both small, great, rich, poor, free, and bond to receive a mark in their right hand on their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, meaning you won't be able to function in society, save and except he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom, let him that has understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, his number is 636, and that's his beast system and his digital system. Alright? Let's go back to 2 Andrews 5. No, it's actually 6. Second Andrews 6 and 25. The body how about Shemar Shah? Whosoever, which is the elected Israel, remaining from all these, see, the great tribulation, the hour of temptation, the famine, plagues, the tribulation and the anguish, death, pestilence, and diseases. Whosoever of Israel, the elect, remaining from all these that I have told thee shall escape, and see my salvation and the end of your world, Esau. You see? The rapture ain't coming, man. You Christians stuck. And the men that are received shall see it, who have not tasted death from their birth, and the heart of the inhabitants shall be changed and turned into another meaning. That's the elected Israel, man. Those that don't pass away during this time. That's going to see the return of our Lord and Savior Yahweh Shai, and receive new bodies, and be beaten up into them chariots and receive new bodies. Excuse me. You see? That's what it means. The heart shall be changed and turned to another meaning. The second covenant embedded in the inward parts, and they get the new bodies, man. For evil shall be quenched, and the seed. For evil shall be put out, and the seed shall be quenched. As for faith shall flourish, corruption shall be overcome, and the truth which has been so long without fruit shall be declared. And that's the kingdom of Israel that's on earth. Okay, and it's going to function like it is in heaven. All right? So you see, with this economic collapse, man, this is what we're about to see, man. All right? So this, hey, we just read it. I mean, I don't need to see anything else. Sorry for my speech, y'all. I'm burnt out, man. I'm tired. But hey, that's what economic collapse look like, and that's what's going to happen, as we just read according to prophecy, man. So, hey, so we got to gird up our loins, man. It's not going to be easy. Peter, gird up the loins of our mind. I mean, hey, we got to be strong mentally, spiritually, emotionally, physically, man, to escape these things. We need Yahweh Shema Shai. He said he can get an angel's charge over us to protect us. Yahweh Shema Shai said he can send Michael our angel to protect us. Yahweh Shema Shai said that they're going to be with us all the way to the ends of the world. They said that they will never leave us nor forsake us. 1 Peter 1 and 13, wherefore, gird up the loins of your mind. So be mentally and spiritually prepared. Be sober, stay focused, and hope, have faith to the end for the grace, mercy that is to be brought unto you, the elected Israel, at the revelation of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, man. As obedient children, not fashion yourselves according to the form of lust and your ignorance. So, hey, we got to walk by faith and not by sight, man. So, hey, stay prayed for the Yahweh Shai Shalom.